Hey all, Tom here and welcome back to another episode of Car Topics Explained. Today's video is for people who admire the R35, its performance, and the GTR name, but aren't a fan of the sound the car makes or the number of cylinders it has. In other words, if you're a fan of V8s and 6-speed sequential transmissions, then you'll probably like the Nissan GTR Nismo GT1, a 5.6-liter V8 powered rear-wheel drive R35. The engine specifically is a VK56DE, which is essentially the engine you would find in a 2004 to 2015 Nissan Titan pickup truck or a 2010 to 2016 Nissan Patrol, but it was tuned from 315 or 320 horsepower all the way up to 600, naturally aspirated. In fact, the car is capable of making more than that, but it is limited to 600 horsepower due to GT1 regulations. And holy moly, when I first heard this car, I was shocked to hear the V8 growl rather than the blaring of the VR38 V6. On top of the 600 horsepower, the car also makes 480 pound-feet of torque. The car's curb weight is 2,756 pounds. And such a light car with that kind of power equals one thing: a damn fast car. I couldn't find many reports on the car's 0 to 60 except for one entry: 3.2 seconds. My second favorite part of the car, just after the powertrain, is the transmission. A Ricardo 6-speed sequential with a 5.5-inch carbon triple plate clutch. Now, for those of you who don't know me that well, I love sequential transmissions. The suspension was upgraded with McPherson struts at the front and double wishbones at the rear. The brakes were upgraded with Brembo 6-piston calipers and carbon ceramic discs and pads. This means that despite the all-wheel drive system having been taken out, the car would still be able to handle tough corners and stop like a proper race car. On the outside, I think the car looks great with the GT1 body kit, new fenders, bumpers, side skirts, a splitter, and a wing. It all really makes the car look good. And to complete the race car ensemble, the exhaust comes out the sides. I wonder though, does having a V8 in a GTR count as sacrilege? Should all Nissan cars with the GTR name have 6 cylinders and 2 turbos? Or is it okay since the GTR no longer has the Skyline badge, and this one is also dubbed as the R35 GT1? I don't know about you guys, but I like it. Since Nissan has already taken a step away from the GTR heritage by removing the Skyline name from the GTR, as well as the twin-turbo inline 6s of old, maybe they should commit and fully move on and take notes from the R35 GT1 and make a road-going version. Imagine a 600 horsepower V8 R35 or R36, if it's going to be the next generation, with the R35's monstrous drivetrain. Seriously, combine that naturally aspirated power and sound, which I think is a huge improvement over the stock V6, with the GTR launch control, and you've got a heck of a package. And I'm sure people could get crazy power out of a 5+ liter V8 with a couple of turbos as well. So that definitely means there's some obvious tuning potential. With an updated powertrain, sound, and performance, I'd say you could maybe justify the fact that a base GTR starts at over $90,000 in the US, if it had some of the GT1 stuff in it. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think of the R35 GT1? Do you like it, or do you think it's crazy to have a V8 in an R35? Personally, if I had the money, I think it would be fun to take a VK56 and a Hollinger sequential transmission and drop it into a used R35 Nismo or something and make it into a proper head turner. In my opinion, it's similar to how people put 2JZs and BRZs and GT86s. But anyways, that's all on the R35 GT1. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know if you knew about this car before watching this. If you like this video and want to see others like it, then check out my series, Car Topics Explained. I'll cover things like movie cars, importing R34 GTRs into the US, I'll talk about rare cars, and the future of the automotive industry as we know it. Beyond that, I do gaming, vlogs, car reviews, driving POV videos, and I have a series documenting my own personal adventures with buying and modifying my own cars. So if any of that sounds like it could interest you, then have a peruse through my channel, and if you're extra cool, then maybe even subscribe. But that's enough self-promotion from me, so I'm going to sign out. I, Tom, the Racing Joker, will see you all next time. Keep it crazy, everyone.